Welcome to Three the Hardaway, aka the three-man Jalen Weave, aka the best big three since LeBron, D Wade, and Boz, live on YouTube on a Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at 264 subscribers, 36 away from that lucrative big 300. So again, if you are here, please subscribe to the channel. Of course,
Six Mafia.
You said what?
3-6 Mafia, my fault.
365. If you are here, of course, leave a comment in the chat, and of course, like the video. It helps us go a long way to growing this channel and growing this network. Speaking of this network, we are adding the real deal with Damian Adams to the LBR Familia. Shout out to Damian Adams, who has been on the show a couple of months ago, performed well in Shitty's place, of course, but he's also now LBR brethren joining us, the flagship, of course, LBR Sports. Jeans Report, Jump Pass. Am I missing anybody else? I mean, I feel like we got a lot of shit going on at LBR.
You say he got something else growing up his sleeve, though.
I do.
We're going to keep that on the low, behind the scenes. But yeah, man, LBR is growing, man. That's the main thing. So let's keep this thing going, keep this momentum going. And we're going to do it like that, man. If you don't know who I am the walking bucket providing instant offense. It's your boy Savage with the Three the Hardaway shirt on. Shout out to the captain.
What the hell am I at?
Get you one, bro. What you mean?
No, I've been ordered.
If there's shipping and then there's next door. That's what he got the next door.
I got the next door. Okay.
We also got your not your favorite DJ, but we also got the coach on the sidelines. Take them school on off the court. And when I say it's really shitty, it's really shitty. Shitty. What's good?
Hey man, y'all. I got the shirt on, man. Y'all playing football?
Talking about college football 25. Yeah. Yes, this Friday. I'm all this Friday. Full day of playing some college football 25. Absolutely.
Memphis.
I'm playing with whoever. It don't matter. I'm picking up sticks and go.
No, you can't say no whoever. You're gonna find one of them. What's it? Pac-12 teams. Like,
hell no.
Exactly. Don't say no whoever. You better pick
Oregon State.
Like, the Beavers.
Drake.
Right.
What's good, man? Oh, good.
Yeah, we got your favorite DJ, Sample Man himself, Mr. Tejkir too. What's up, man?
Hey, man, just a blessing to be here. Shout out to my guys. Hey, real quick, everybody that's listening, y'all getting an inside scoop. Definitely dropping a mix tomorrow.
Bring it back.
Bring it back to mixes for sure. And I'm calling it LimeWire Fire. So, gentlemen, back in the days when you used to use LimeWire, what songs were y'all listening to? Help me out a little bit. Everybody in the comments comment too.
Oh, of course, Lil Wayne. Like any variation of Lil Wayne.
That came to mind instantly.
Gucci Mane.
Of course.
Jeezy. I'm trying. Who were the mixtape people, or like the songs that you couldn't get on the album?
Easy.
But you got to think like the LimeWire and mixtape days, they kind of coincided, but they kind of didn't. LimeWire was a little bit before mixtapes.
Yeah, true.
Damn, yeah.
So yeah, just know that I got a list. Everybody that's listening.
Well, you know, my mom was a DJ too, and so she was heavy on the burnt CD game. So she was out here. Man. She was hustling. I ain't gonna lie. She don't do it no more. So we had the statute of limitations. But
am I going to define that for him?
Oh man.
So basically, ladies and gentlemen, for those who don't know what that means legally, my mama can't get arrested for that shit.
Nobody's mama can.
Nobody's mama can. My mama was hustling. Yeah, I heard of Franklin Saint. My mama was Franklin Saint of the burnt CD gang. She was paying for basketball with burnt CDs. What I say?
Come on, what you need?
Absolutely.
Thanks, man. But yeah, man. So we back here today. Let's start off with NBA trivia. What you got today?
All right, gentlemen. So of course we just had the NBA draft pass by, and we of course have LeBron James, who was the number 1 pick, and of course Bronny was picked as well. You know, and of course that's LeBron's son. I want you to name the other 7 players who was drafted number 1, whose sons played in the NBA as well. So again, there are 7 others. Kenyon Martin, KJ Martin. Yep.
Michael Thompson.
Michael Thompson is one. Yep.
Okay.
Son.
And number 1 pick, like first pick overall.
Mm-hmm. Number one.
Jalen Rose.
Good pick. Good one. 67, Jimmy Walker. Pick. I think you was gonna get that one.
That's my guy, Jalen Rose. I know about Jalen Rose, man. That's my guy.
You left-handed, yeah. Oh no.
I know about it. Shit. Let me see.
It's a stomper.
Man, this is a good one. Willis Reed.
Nah.
Okay.
What did that?
Glenn Robinson.
Glenn Robinson is one. Come on, Savage.
Damn, yeah.
1994.
Okay.
Oh, Savage, you just taking over this one.
My bad.
All right, so the rest of them are 80s and 70s. So you got two 70s and you got 180s.
Two 70s and 180s. Okay.
Let me know if you want some more hits.
80s.
So the number one draft pick was in the 70s.
Two of them were. Mm-hmm.
Shoot.
One was 74, one was 76.
74.
And the other one was 1985.
Oh my God. Okay, 85 was after Jordan or before
Right after
Jordan.
No, it was right after Jordan. Right after Jordan.
Who's after
Center.
Jordan? Center.
Not Hakeem, not Dikembe. They've already gone.
Not Malone. Not Moses Malone.
Hell no. It's
He was
85.
already playing.
85.
David
Damn.
Robinson was already there.
Man, who's
Oh,
85?
Yeah. Shout out to Jalen Brunson.
Oh, Jalen Brunson was. Oh, wait, is that
No. It's another hit.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to say,
I
what?
said, shout out to Jalen Brunson. What team he played for?
Play for the Knicks. Oh, Patrick Ewing.
Patrick Ewing.
Okay,
His
Ewing.
son, Patrick Ewing Jr. played.
I named all the other bigs.
Yeah.
Right.
So actually, speaking of big, 1974, he was a big man.
Big. Okay. Oh, Walton. Bill Walton.
Bill Walton. Yep.
Okay.
And of course, I'm not sure if y'all will get the next one, so I'll go ahead and answer it.
R.I.P.
Give me a hint. Give me a hint.
Okay, let me see. 1976. Let me see. Look up some because I actually don't know what team he played for.
We got comments, but I'm ignoring them right now.
Yeah, don't look at
ignore the comments. He played for the Rockets and the Bucks. Averaged almost 11 points a game, 7 assists a game, which ain't bad. His son played for the Rockets as well.
Son played for the Rockets.
Damn. I don't know if y'all know it because I don't know if y'all know if he's a number one pick.
Damn.
Yeah.
When did his son play?
His son played late 2000s.
Oh my God.
2010s.
The 2010s. Played for the Rockets. Who was
he was a journeyman too.
Oh,
he was a journeyman.
Damn. Ah, shit. Well, let me see. Who's been in for the Rockets? Omer Ashik, Yao Ming.
No. So this one is
the
a
big
guard.
drafted. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, he's a guard.
This
So
is a guard. Yeah.
Oh, it's a guard. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Von Wafer was a guard. Journeyman Trevor Reeves was we not guards. Wayne. So forward.
He's not really a known player.
Damn. I'm be mad.
He can't be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Y'all ready?
I'm ready, man.
Average had it though too.
It is John Lucas II.
John Lucas, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I know John Lucas, man. Bulls. Play with the Bulls, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
So again, we got Jimmy Walker, Jalen Rose, Bill Walton, Luke Walton, John Lucas II, and a third, Michael Thompson with Klay Thompson and Michael Thompson Jr., Patrick Ewing and Patrick Ewing Jr., Glenn Robinson III, and his son, Glenn Robinson, Kenya Martin, KJ Martin, and of course, Bron and Bronny.
Man, it's a lot of fathers and sons in the league right now, man.
But to have them just like number one, that's crazy.
That's huge.
Man. You know what I was thinking about though? This is kind of off topic, but I mean it's basketball. What I'm seeing now is a lot of like AAU and EYBL. It's kind of pricing out like the average family, where it's like a lot of the players now, like Carmelo's son and Gilbert Arenas' son, like these dudes, they get to go on like full on Nike Adidas tours, and I'm like, damn, like the average family can't afford this shit. These trainers and one-on-one sessions, it's kind of crazy to think about. They pricing niggas out, man. It's crazy.
And you got to think about the overseas process as well. Like, ain't no telling how they find the next Jokic's and Giannis and all that. So you got to deal with that as well.
See, this is why my son playing baseball or something. We doing something different.
By the time you get on, this gonna be something else. We got pickleball out now. What the hell is pickleball?
Right. Look, it was something that came out on Memphis News
shit.
talking about they build more pickleball court. I'm like, who the hell playing pickleball? Like, this a real thing? Like, this crazy.
Again, all the old people money.
Old people money. Like, come on.
It's like
man.
racist, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It's like racist. Y'all ain't building basketball. Y'all ain't building basketball courts. Y'all building pickleball courts. All right, man. All right, sure. Oh my god. Anyway, let's get to some NBA news. So a lot has happened in the past 2 weeks since we last recorded. But we won't do everything, obviously. But the two main things that I did want to talk about. The first one being the Sacramento Kings ended up signing DeMar DeRozan. DeRozan left Chicago. Chicago's in a complete rebuild right now, trying to get rid of Vucevic and Zach LaVine. But DeMar is playing with De'Aaron Fox, Sabonis, Monk. That means your boy Sheedy Harrison Barnes is getting up out of there. Finally, it's been a long time.
Yes.
But yeah, DeMar with the Kings, man. Does that make them it makes them a better team, but like how much better does this make the Sacramento Kings?
No, I don't think it's not going to, again, it's just the move that's going to make is it going to get them past the first round? Man, hell, I can't tell you when the last time DeMar's been past the first round, especially when the Raptors. So I don't know, man. It's good for them to change the scenery for DeMar. DeMar is back around in California where he loves to be. But Kings are just going to be the Kings. They may get to the second round, but the West is really stacked right now. We're not even talking about teams that didn't make the playoffs yet. So, and then the Kings didn't make the playoffs. And what I see this as, let me back up. What I see this as, I hope this is a jump for Keegan Murray. I really want Keegan Murray to do better because I feel like Harrison Barnes was crippling him some time. So shout out to that. That's all I got for the Kings. But they don't like the beam. This ain't gonna be lighting the beam in the second round.
You know, I forgot about Keegan Murray. So I'm just gonna assume they're gonna start Fox, who's it? Sabonis, Murray, DeMar, and who'll be the fifth option? I don't even know who'll be a fifth.
I guess when Huter comes back, I guess
you still have no big man. No. You still don't have an inside.
McGee,
old ass JaVale McGee.
Yeah.
You still don't have an inside presence, man. And I guess like that kind of reveals my feelings about it. I mean, it's cool. It ain't great. I mean, DeMar's a great player. He's a Hall of Famer. But like, it don't move the needle for me. It's like, all right, you just got another good player. Does this push you over the edge over any other team? Not really. You might move up a couple of spots, maybe 2 spots, I think. But you, yeah, right. But you desperately needed an interior presence. Like, I think they're okay on offense. Like, you got Murray, you got Herter, you got Fox, you got Sabonis, you got great offensive players. You need a physical presence. I've said it for 2 years now, and they still have not done it. And it's like, all right, at some point you got to address the elephant in the room, and they just not doing it. You just bringing in a guy that sounds good on paper in DeMar DeRozan. He's a great player, but he's not going to do anything beyond what they already do. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think Fox was the clutch player of the year 2 years ago. Wasn't he? Like, yeah.
Correct.
So DeMar, yeah, right. And DeMar is also a clutch player, but it's like there's a reason why you're in clutch moments because you don't have a good enough team to blow people out. And DeMar DeRozan is not going to help in that regard because he's a mid-range scorer. He's not a 3-point shooter. So he's not going to extend the lead further than what it already is. So it's cool. It's just, it's all right.
I'm with you, Savage. It's cool, but it's not even a move that'll have them, unfortunately, in the playoffs. Like, y'all know me, I mess with DeMar for sure. And if you talk about player Landis, again, he was top 5 on, with the Kings. So I think they're a perfect fit. But I think the Kings failed at getting more over the summer. Like you said, Savage, you've been asking for a big man, a true center, I should say, for the past 10 years. So until they solve that problem, I think that's going to be an issue. But then you talk about, everybody else that was in the playoffs, who's not going to make the playoffs this year, who up under them. You got the Warriors, you got the Rockets, you got the Grizzlies, you got the Spurs, who's up under them. So it's like, did you do enough for you to beat out any one of those 4 teams? I got to say no. I rock with them. And, I mean, who knows, like in late game situations, the reasons why De'Aaron Fox was able to win Clutch Player of the Year because they were in close games because of the defense they played. Not saying that DeMar played the best defense, but I'm sure that he'll get more, bang for the buck than Harrison Barnes for sure. So who knows? Maybe the Kings may shock the world, but do I see them even making the playoffs? Right now, as of now, no, I don't. If they were to bring in some other pieces, I guess we can have this talk. But nah, I don't see the Kings doing too much this year.
Now, had that trade went the way it was supposed to go, I see more traction for Miami doing better. And it's not me being like a Miami Heat fan. Well, maybe it is. But we would do better than we did last season if we got DeMar for Caleb Martin and whatever other contract they needed. Fuck Caleb Martin, by the way. What he said.
He did leave y'all ass. That's messed up.
What Caleb go?
To the 76ers, no.
Oh, Sixers.
The Charlotte. Oh, Sixers. Okay. Oh, damn.
Somebody want to be in a winning organization. All
that's wild, bro.
Damn, he said that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's wild, bro.
All right.
I love it.
I love it. All right. I know that.
I'm looking at the free agents because I also know like that's that weird thing with free agency where a lot of these good quality vets are not getting signed because like teams don't want to get into that second apron, and they're kind of like waiting it out for like weeks, literally now, to see if the price is going to drop. And I mean, by default, it's going to drop. So I'm just trying to see is there any big man that they could even sign, man. I mean, Precious Achua, maybe.
Come on, now you can call him a big. That's a strong forward, sure. Maybe. Yeah.
Look, it ain't no good options in free agency. So they just
for real?
Yeah, it ain't like nothing. Nothing is in free agency, bro. Like Bismack Biyombo, we saw that in Memphis. No, thank you. Ball. Look, DeAndre Jordan. Nah. This is another year, unless they trade somebody, which I don't foresee happening. But speaking of that, I know too. You talked about you had a question for us in relation to Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, and like I mentioned pre-show, I was talking about how Paul George kind of detailed what it looked like for him to make that decision to say, okay, I'm not taking less money or less years from the Clippers. I'm gonna go ahead and go to Philadelphia where they're gonna max me out. And you get the years as well too, and you're gonna play with a superstar in Joel Embiid and an up and coming superstar and Tyrese Maxey. So what was your question that you wanted to ask us as it relates to the Clippers?
As it relates to the Clippers, you just got to think of one of our commandments, I'm sorry. And it's, if the players show you who they are, you got to believe them at this point, especially if the player we're talking about is Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard he'll be in his 11th year next year, something like that.
Probably more than that, I think.
Probably more than that at this point. He just got off Team USA, I guess, to reserve his body. That was one of the greatest New Balance promos that you probably ever see. But with the Clippers, should they have prioritized him or Paul George? And with Paul George, you get, I don't want to say the numbers, they kind of match for themselves. He's still a defender, but most importantly, Paul George plays. Rather than Kawhi Leonard, who sounds good when healthy, is a top 5 player, but is he going to play? So which one? And that's something I was thinking about, like even with Paul George was going to Sixers, I'm like, that's messed up. If I was the Clippers, I probably would have prioritized him, even though it was Kawhi that said, hey, I want Paul George to be here. It should have been Paul George saying, hey, I'm a be the captain of this ship because that's what he's been doing since they got together.
So I actually have a quote from Lawrence Frank that was talking about in reference to Kawhi. Basically, according to his words, Kawhi was told to go home from the Olympics and not Kawhi on his own accord saying that I'm going home. So he says that the Clippers were disappointed in USA Basketball's decision to pivot from Kawhi Leonard. Lawrence Frank said Leonard looked good in the first few practices and there was no setback. He said that he understands USA has to do what it feels best, but he felt Kawhi could play. So I feel like that was out there for a reason. And
Kawhi saw how they were playing. Anthony Edwards was like, hey, give me this damn ball, get the hell out the way. And Kawhi was like, I ain't finna come and team.
I ain't doing this shit.
4 points a game.
I ain't doing this shit.
I ain't finna average no 4. Y'all want me to play defense too? Nah, I'm good. Give me the hell out.
So basically, Kawhi was getting slapped by Nike for one, from Team USA, because that's Nike. 2, Adidas was an Ant-Man slapping him, saying, nah, I'm the number 1 option. And then Kawhi is New Balance, which is like, what, a 4th tier brand shoe? That's it.
Shout out to New Balance.
But I've when Kawhi was in Toronto, I always said from that point, if he is healthy, he is the best player in the league. Like this is what it is. On both sides of the ball, he can lock up, he can score with minimal moves. That's what he does. But like you said, too, that's an LBR commandment. He's shown who he is at this point in his career. He cannot stay healthy. He will not stay healthy. And at some point, you got to just say, you know what, we got to, clean our hands off and move on from him. But I think that the Clippers are just an in-depth organization. They said we're going to keep Kawhi because Kawhi is the better player, historically, and we're going to roll with him. And surprisingly, James Harden. I don't know why they picked James Harden. Sure.
35 mil a season, bro.
I don't. Now, what's crazy is they did offer PG $50 million. I think something around 51 million. Yeah. So he had that option.
They wanted no trade clause.
And he wanted the no trade clause because who say they play 1 year and then you go on next year? Like he wanted the comfort of saying, I want to finish my career in LA, and LA did not surprisingly want to honor that, which is my beef with them. It's like, damn, give the man what he wanted. Like he's telling you he wants to stay in LA, and not the Lakers, the Clippers of all organizations. I want to stay with a non-winning ass team. That should have been enough for them to say, you know what, let's go ahead and pay him. We're going to a new arena. We got to sell seats. We know that PG got a strong contingent in LA. Let's go ahead and do it for at least the next 2 or 3 years. Didn't happen. So for me, I would pick Paul George, even though I know Paul George is not consistent in terms of like playoff performances or just being like the true number one option. But at least he's there compared to Kawhi Leonard, who gets hurt literally everywhere. I go with Paul George.
Yeah, and let me rewind what you just said, right? You talk about Lawrence Frank's statement, right? Mm-hmm. About Team USA sent home, right? Just for those that don't know or unaware, it's Steve Kerr, Eric Spoelstra, and who's the other coach there?
And Grant Hill.
And it's Ty Lue?
I think is Ty Lue there?
Ain't Ty Lue there?
Let me see. He is, okay.
Yeah. I believe Ty Lue's there because I remember seeing another quote about Steve Kerr was asking, does LeBron really go this hard? And he asked Ty Lue and he asked Eric Spoelstra. And they were like, yeah, all the time, every practice, whatever. But as you look that up, I'll answer your question too, and I'm going to go back to this.
Okay.
Paul George, 100%. I don't care. If Kawhi cannot suit up to be the number one option, then he cannot even be a second or third option either. So they're paying the wrong person, but they've been slurping Kawhi's dick since he left San Antonio, to be honest. For real. Yeah. They've been wanting him ever since then. So when they took that 1 year rental in Toronto and they knew they were going to get him, I can't wait to get Kawhi. And Kawhi ain't done shit for you. And ain't nothing's happening besides years and months passing with Kawhi of you still not being in the finals to even get a banner to put up there. So, nah, bro. I would have chose Paul George for sure. But did you see the coaching staff, though?
It's Steve Kerr, Mark Few, Tyronn Lue, Eric Spoelstra.
So Ty Lue is there, Lawrence Frank.
That's crazy, bro.
Ty Lue is there. And if there was an issue from Team USA, that would also include the coaching staff that you have there, which is Ty Lue. Ty Lue saw what he saw in Kawhi, too. So at this point,
that's crazy.
You got him for the next 3 to 4 years, by the way, Ty Lue and Lawrence Frank.
That's crazy.
Be well.
Damian says Paul George saw what the Clippers did to Blake Griffin, signed that man and shipped him to. Yep, exactly. That's a perfect example of that. Because Blake, because y'all remember when Blake came back to LA and gave him like 44 points.
Mm-hmm. Hitting them.
Well, I can't wait for that game. Sixers and Clippers. I can't wait for that one.
That's the over.
Whatever it is, man. Yeah, Kawhi did fleece the Clippers, man. Like, and as a Kawhi fan, like I'm not like a huge Kawhi fan, but I enjoy watching him play basketball when he's right. It's kind of disappointing, man, because I said it a couple of episodes ago. For the Clippers to compile, so many good rosters and just they had the Western Conference Finals appearance, of course, but for them to not even make the finals at least one time, bro, like not even one time. And in my opinion, that's due in part because Kawhi wasn't healthy. This is what it is. Like if Kawhi is healthy, if Paul George is healthy, we said on this podcast for years, like this team is probably the best team in the West if they're healthy.
What's the longest they made it in the playoffs?
The West Conference Finals.
West Conference Finals. Okay.
Which is cool, but like not even a finals appearance.
I remember
not even a finals appearance. Like, come on, man.
It's embarrassing.
moving on to the last bit of NBA news. Jalen Brunson signed a 4-year, $156.5 million contract. If he would have waited until next year to sign that, he could have made $113 million more money. So he could have been a close to $300 million man as well too. He decides to get paid now and take a discount. Obviously, because you got the whole Villanova crew playing with the Knicks right now, and that of course led to an uproar on Twitter, X, social media, whatever. And people are saying like, Jalen Brunson, he's dumb. He should have got his full money. You never know what's going to happen. You might get injured, whatever. Teams don't care about you. But I haven't processed my feelings about it. I feel like initially I'm like, he wants to win. That's a winning move because you know that he knows he's an all-star player. He knows that Mikal Bridges is a great potential all-star player. You got Josh Hart, an elite role player. DiVincenzo, an elite role player. Maybe Julius Randle's there. We still don't know about that. They have a good team as far as like a culture being set. And now they got more money to spend for other players aside from not getting Isaiah Hartenstein back. And if I'm Hartenstein, I'm like, dang, I could have stayed. And made a little bit of money. I could have stayed there. But what were y'all's thoughts about Brunson taking significantly less money, literally almost half of what he could have made next year?
I loved it. Shout out to the Nova Knicks. I think the Eastern Conference. I think it'll be them and the Celtics fighting for the number one spot in the Eastern Conference. Jalen Brunson is the king of New York at this point. Taking the discount, not only, like I said, not only help the guys that's on the team now, but they can go out and get somebody, that can help them or even put them over the hump. So with them, it's a beautiful thing to see. It's good to see. And like I said, Jalen Brunson is going to get that contract after this one, after this 4 years. So pretty much you can equate it to, the guy saying, hey, in 4 years, we was able to win a championship, in college, give and take. We was able to create a championship winning chemistry and aura and organization. Let's see what we can do now. And Jalen Brunson legit gave them that opportunity to say, hey, in 4 years, let's see what we can do. But after that, Brunson going to get that contract from either the Knicks or anybody else. So he bought him on himself. We're going to be talking 3-4 years from now, Jalen Brunson making $70-80 million a year. So right now he just bet on himself. And if he wins the championship, Jalen Brunson will be $100 million a year player, with the Knicks or without the Knicks. So he bet on himself. Shout out to Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, and he's continued to bet on himself, right? Like he didn't stay with Dallas to get their low cut ball money, which actually speaks for itself, right? Because he could have took the low cut with Dallas, right? But then and went to New York, made something of himself, got his friends involved. Mikal Bridges is going to take less money now.
Yeah.
Your role players are not going to look for that market of 20-25 million. Gary Trent Jr., what the fuck are you thinking, by the way? But like thinking you worth that amount, but like, they're going to dumb it down a little bit. And so like, this was a great move by Jalen Brunson, but also it's going to reset the market as well. And more of a, I don't know, negative way for players, I think. And what I mean by that is if you are, I'm trying to think of any player right now, but I can't think of any player. But if you haven't accomplished what Jalen Brunson accomplished, but Jalen Brunson was willing to take a 4-year, I'm going to say 160, right? I'm just rounding up. $40 million deal. And why can't you? You're not an All-NBA talent. Why am I going to pay you more than Jalen Brunson? So I feel like some teams are going to be a little bit more shiesty moving forward with their money. Possibly.
Possibly, Sheedy, but real quick, possibly, but you got to understand, like Jalen Brunson, this was a Jalen Brunson personal decision. A team come at me with that bullshit, I'm finna leave and somebody else finna pay me. That's why I said the Knicks gonna pay him $100 million a year, or he gonna get it from somewhere else.
The Knicks have to do something with him. They have to. Yeah. You got to honor that, because if they don't break him off in 4 years, it's gonna be like, all right, bro, y'all didn't really mess with him like that.
I think in 3 years he signs another extension.
I agree.
In 3 years,
and that's when the big money gonna come.
Yep, I agree.
Because if not, somebody else gonna do
it. Yeah. He's 27 years old now, so even him in his early 30s, there's still plenty of time for him to hoop. I mean, Paul George is what, 34?
Yes,
DeRozan's like 36, I think. Like, come on, they don't get their money. Take care of their bodies. So, but yeah, that's it that I got from NBA news. Wanted to get into a little bit of Team USA, starting off with. Speaking of Kawhi Leonard, getting up out of there, for his own personal situation. Team USA ended up replacing him with Derek White, which obviously sounds crazy because you literally had the finals MVP right there, who, by the way, wants to play for Team USA, despite, you know, the things that he stands up for and that he fights for within the country and his community. Let me go ahead and go to this video right now, or you want to wait?
Because I want you to show specifically what he is fighting for and what kind of player he is.
Gotcha.
You know, so you can't tell us to shut up and dribble anymore.
Gotcha. Okay. So here's Jaylen Brown comments from, I guess, a couple of months ago. I can't remember. But yeah, here we go.
I want to help stimulate the overall economy, and I want to bring Black Wall Street here to Boston.
Them fake ass claps. Them fake ass claps. So this is somebody that wants to inspire the Black community. This is somebody that has a mind of his own. This is somebody that, you know, we talked about Nike already, where this guy went on court and taped the Nikes around, taped the Nikes so it wouldn't get any coverage, and you kind of, went against them by doing so. So now you're winning an opportunity, and he rightfully deserves so. Now you and Kyrie Irving are in a situation to where we are having to look and say, is this political? And I know it's kind of tough bringing, politics into sports, but damn it, that's what we're here now, especially when you're talking about represent America, represent Team USA, representing the best that we have to offer. How in the hell did this American man who was finals MVP, who ain't nobody talked about since winning finals MVP, just chilling, ready to get picked up, Kawhi Leonard 2.0, who he's going to play, he's going to, even if he don't get the score, he's going to defend probably the best player. How is he not looked at to fulfill that position? And I know a lot of people saying Derek White is Derek White. He's going to do him. He's, he's great. I agree 100%. Derek White, if somebody else was injured and you picked up Derek White, perfect. But I asked this, me and Trevor had a good talk about it on Let's Be Real, and I come to this and ask y'all this. If you're, let's say Derek White hypothetically, when is Derek White going to get an opportunity to play? Realistically.
You like that? Was that Christian Leitner? Who's on the
Leitner?
Yeah, the rookie on.
They play it all.
So you saying that he pretty much ain't gonna have a way to impact the game the way that people think he is. But if I'd ask y'all if Jaylen Brown was on this team, he'd be what, 6, 7, top 8 at the least.
He has to play. He's a finals MVP. Like, he has to play.
So it's like you really picked a player that's safe and that you didn't have to, even put on a court if you didn't have to. And
but it's crazy because you're replacing Kawhi Leonard, who was going to have to play. So it's just like,
it makes no sense for me. And now we're in a situation. Now it's like the game earlier. How the hell we let Josh Giddey and them come back on us like that? Like, I know this is a exhibition, fun, hoo-hoo game, but it's a lot that can be expected and a lot you can learn from these games. Where the hell is the defense? Did Derek White even play?
I don't remember seeing Derek White, and I feel like he can't really play right now because like he isn't even he don't know the offense. He just got picked up, so you can't really just play right now. But yeah, that's a good point.
So that's my thing. I definitely want to hear y'all opinion, but I feel like Jaylen Brown was blackballed per usual, and I think whenever you hear somebody talk about sports and politics can't mix, I ain't trying to hear that bullshit no more. This is where we get. This is where we're here. And I ain't gonna say wake the fuck up, but it's on some shit like, yo, they disrespecting, they blatantly disrespecting us.
That's crazy.
Especially in the market of Boston, where we should be seeing Boston everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Because they won the title. But because Jaylen Brown won finals MVP, maybe they got something to do with it. No.
How does Tatum make the team over Jaylen Brown? Like,
No. Drew Holiday also is from there and is on the team. And I know you're going to tell me, well, whatever about Drew Holiday. Yeah, I get it. But he's also on the team, and he came from that same team that just won.
Him and Derek White are the same players.
True.
What I'm saying is they still didn't pick Jaylen Brown before then either.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
He was never meant to come regardless. When they first put it out there, when they first did the invites, he wasn't on the list, ladies and gentlemen. Because if he was on the list, he would have been there before Drew Holiday. No offense to Drew Holiday. He would have been there before him. So to expect that he was going to get picked up, I've had no comment about it because they didn't want him. To your point, too, they didn't want him. Now, is it Team USA didn't want him, or is Nike, the overseer of the United States, pretty much didn't want him? And I agree with. I think it's his stab at Nike and what he's done.
And even with that, if you want a guard, there was a guard in the Western Conference. That was in the NBA Finals. That's American. That skillfully is the top 5 skillful point guard of all time. Who's just chilling there. Why not ask Kyrie Irving? Just throwing it out there. He's all right. He
cosmetic.
He ain't done nothing but help elevate Luka's game, and everybody around him got PJ Washington looking like an all-star. Like he ain't doing nothing, bro. Kyrie ain't shit, bro. Like, come on, bro. Come on.
I'm going back to like look and see how many Finals MVPs didn't play in the Olympics.
Oh, that's a hell of a thing to look up, Sam.
And literally, like, I'm going back to like at least the early 2000s, and I'm so like just going backwards, right? So beyond Jaylen Brown, so Jokic obviously is going to play. Steph Curry's playing now. Giannis, of course, playing for Greece. LeBron, we already know.
This is his last one, so why not let him get with Kyrie?
Kawhi, did Kawhi ever play before this year? I can't remember.
I feel like he did, actually.
Yeah.
I feel like he did on the 2016.
We'll put a question mark on it. But
I'm going to look it up. We're going to answer that.
Okay, yeah, look up Kawhi. I'm not sure about Kawhi. KD, obviously. Even Iguodala played, in 2010. LeBron, Dirk. I don't know if Dirk played for Germany. Maybe. I'm assuming he did. Yeah. Dirk, Kobe.
Kawhi played in 2016.
Okay. We knew about Kobe, obviously. Paul Pierce played. Tony Parker, of course, with France. Dwayne Wade played. Duncan. Did Duncan play? I think he played for
he played Team USA 2004 when they got the asses.
Okay. Chauncey Billups, did he play? I think he did.
Yep.
So literally, something like that. Every and Shaq should have played with the Dream Team, but they picked Christian Laettner. But every Finals MVP has played in the Olympics for whatever country they from, and to bypass Jaylen Brown for not 1, not 2, but 3 teammates, and he's the Finals MVP. That to me is just bad marketing, bad branding, and I hope Jaylen Brown gives people hell. I hope he does. I really hope. And I honestly, I feel like it's not nothing, but it might be something with the team with Boston. It's not nothing, but it might be something. Because Derek White could have said, "Nah, bro, nah, Jaylen Brown, this is yours, man. You go."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that to me is or if anything, Derek White should have said, "If y'all ain't picking Jaylen Brown, then I'm not going. Y'all pick somebody else. Go pick freaking Jaren. Go pick somebody else from another team." But I'm not going.
What you're saying is because Boston actually finally got a ring, and because they finna pay their starters $1 billion, essentially, they're gonna have to make a choice between somebody. That's what you're saying.
I mean, basically. Cool. But like, you said what, Sheedy?
Yeah, make a choice between who?
Jaylen Brown and Tatum. I mean, that's ultimately been a thing now, but it's like you finally won, and now like $1 billion, playing your starters, not your team, your starters close to $1 billion. Like that shit real.
It's crazy, bro.
This shit real. We got you for one, buddy. Appreciate it. Now we got Tatum who can lead us, or can he?
Dame ass, is Jaylen Brown good enough to go on Team USA Revenge Tour this year? Hell yeah.
I wish he could go over to France.
Yeah. Man, he go
on that France. Man.
Go get dual citizenship, Jaylen Brown. France already black as hell anyway. Go ahead and get dual citizenship.
Oh my god.
Bro, gonna play with Nigeria.
Somebody go play with Greece with Giannis or something. Do something. Look, I think that might be the move going forward from these players that get blackballed. Go get dual citizenship somewhere else, and say, you know what? Since y'all ain't picking me, I'm gonna go play Canada.
Canada's right there.
I'm gonna go play somewhere else. Shit.
Maybe we may be on to something.
Might be on something. We'll see. We're gonna see in about next 2 years. Actually, when FIBA comes around for the next go around with FIBA. But yeah, right now the Olympics starting in the next couple of weeks, about a week and a half. Speaking of which, Team USA, so they played 2 games. They beat Canada by I think 14 points. I got the score in my notes, but they played Canada, they played Australia. and they beat Canada 86-72, and then beat Australia today 98-92. The Canada game was pretty much in hand for the most part. I mean, USA just got better players than Canada. It's kind of what I gathered from that game. The Australia game, they were up by 20, about 19-20 throughout the entire game. But you saw when they put in like the backups in the fourth quarter that it got kind of lackadaisical. So it was like Halliburton and other players were in the game at that time. And Josh Giddey was getting off. You know what I'm saying? Josh Giddey, he's not a bad player in the NBA, but something about players when they play for a home team, like their home country, they just get plus 10 attributes on everything for some reason. So I'm like, hey, I'm
a plus 10. Yeah.
I remember Patty Mills looking like
Patty Mills. I remember Carlos Arroyo for Puerto Rico a couple years ago. Man,
and wait, like a manager of Puerto Rico now, or whatever he is on the team.
That's a plus 10 on attributes. Just like with college football, when your cornerback get dreads, that's plus 10 on attributes. Just so y'all know. But yeah, man. So what I watched from the game today, I only watched the fourth quarter. Well, I watched bits and pieces of like the first three quarters, but I sat down and watched the fourth quarter. I'm kind of concerned about like the lackadaisical like nature of the game towards the end. Like you got to have a killer mentality in that fourth quarter because these teams can and will come back. So you can't just let up because you can mess around and lose a game by accident. You know what I'm saying? So I know they look good defensively with like Bam and AD on the court, but still like these teams still have pride in their country, and if they don't win the gold, silver, or bronze medal, if they beat Team USA, they probably gonna be all right. They're like, we beat Team USA. That's all that matters. And so I posed a question on Twitter about a week or so ago, and I asked the masses, how many games do y'all think Team USA will lose? I said 0, I said 1, I said 2. And so I'm gonna pull up the results to see what everybody said. Personally, I think that they gonna lose 1 game. And I feel like it's gonna be because of what I saw in the Australia game today. They're gonna like kind of be up by like 10, 6, 8 in that area. And then at some point, the shots are just not gonna fall for whatever reason. Somebody might be in foul trouble, and then somebody gonna sneak a W past Team USA. That doesn't mean they won't win gold medal. They might lose one of those games in the group stage because I think Serbia is actually in their group with Joker and them. So I said 1 game. What are y'all thinking? What are y'all thoughts on Team USA?
Go ahead, Shooty.
Sorry, my son must be opening up something. Boy, just go outside and come back in later. So I think I agree. I'm actually one that said here they're going to lose at least 1 game. I think to the point that you just made, and I've seen this before, is like every team that plays Team USA, that's their gold medal game, period. Like they're not going to look the same against Team USA as they did against other teams. Australia may never look that great again, but for them to lose by 6 points, that's not bad at all. That's almost, to me, for Australia, it's a win. I know it's not going to count for such, but I think they're going to lose at least just 1 game. 1 game is going to get them to wrap their heads around what they really need to do. It's going to get Steve Kerr's ass in trouble, and he's going to really try to coach something. It's going to be some lineup changes after that loss, and you're going to see a more and hungrier Team USA. Right now, I feel like Team USA is just kind of coasting. Yeah, we're great. We're good. We got all of our stars and Derek White with us as well. Notice what I said there. And they're just going to make it work until they lose. And once they lose, what Savage's point has always been, they're going to be some furniture moving after that.
I think that loss will come July 17th against Serbia. You talk about the weakness of LeBron and the weakness of a lot of players in the NBA. Talking about Jokic. Y'all could come in last day school if you want to. The doggone Jokic say, hold on, I'm chilling. Like, what y'all trying to do? Joel Embiid ain't
work, by the way.
Gave France the work. Joel Embiid out here looking like half Embiid. He already Anthony Davis weakness. So what y'all gonna do? But I think it'll give them, like I said, this loss, they're gonna have to play against them actually in Paris as well. So you go ahead and get the loss out the way now. Go ahead and put it off now. What we got? 0. A lot of people think 0, 1. I think it's that 1. I think Serbia may be that 1 because the rest of them you got South Sudan, Germany, which is another exhibition game, and then Puerto Rico. So I mean, I think Serbia get us one time. Jokic get us once. You on mute, Savage?
You muted, Savage.
My bad. I was saying 2 losses would mean that they didn't win the gold medal. Because if you lose 2 in group play, you don't make it to the tournament. And if I'm assuming you would lose 1 in the group play. I'm assuming that. And then if you lose in tournament, it means you out some way or another. If you get silver, bronze, or you didn't get medal at all. But I'm nervous, man. Like, and you mentioned it too. Joel Embiid is not the big man you need for FIBA, bro. Like, this does not.
Thought he was.
At least right now, this is not his game. This is not his game, bro. He doesn't move well laterally, and they play better with Bam and AD. And I keep going back to what I was saying about Jaren. You need that type of big. Jaren ain't got to start. He ain't got to play. He needs to be an option. He's an option in case like AD and foul trouble. Let me get great value AD and Jaren Jackson Jr. Or Bam need to blow. We got Jaren, we got AD, 2 rim protecting guys. Joel Embiid he's a great defender, but he's not a rim protector. You know what I'm saying? He's not smacking the ball off the rim. You know what I'm saying? That's FIBA basketball rule. We can hit the ball off the rim. He ain't really doing it. He's more of I need the ball and I got to score. The big man game is not a FIBA game, dog. Like this ain't Philadelphia 76ers. And so maybe he'll look different once the game gets real. But I'm not liking what I'm seeing from Joel Embiid, at least aesthetically. I know he has good stats, but aesthetically, it don't look good with him on the court, in my opinion. Matter of fact, let me ask y'all this. This is I guess an aside, but like I saw who they brought out for this game as a starter. They had Steph, Anthony Edwards, Tatum, LeBron, and Embiid. How do y'all feel about that lineup?
I don't like it. I know we haven't. I don't want to. Joel Embiid, I thought was the MVP. It's been the MVP of the league. Maybe he's been off a game. Maybe he's still injured. I'm not sure. But the highlights of what I've seen that have looked the best are when you have, to the point that you just made, Savage, AD and Bam on the floor at the same time. Those 2 defensively seem to be doing what they need to be doing, and then offensively they're doing enough. Also, let's mention KD isn't playing yet, right? They're still, So that's a Carmelo Anthony coming off the bench out of nowhere. Team USA.
KD got to start, man. I'm sorry, he got to start, bro.
KD,
he got to start. This KD, bro. Like, just tell him, get your ass on the bench, bro. What we doing, man?
I agree, but to answer the question, I don't like the lineup, and again, I think this shows that the stretch 5 is cool, but you still need someone else there too. I would just leave it like that.
I would say that eventually Bam Adebayo is going to be starting. I think they're going to get the best bang for their buck. They get the best bang for their buck at the 5 with Bam. Because you need, like you said, Savage, you hit the head perfect. Like his lateral defense ain't quick enough when you spacing. Literally everybody that we finna go against going to be spacing the floor. Shooting that bitch. So it's like you're going to need somebody that can play a 1 through 5 and, how defensive Bam Adebayo can get. So, and you brought up Jaren Jackson. I was just thinking, like in the back of my head, just imagine him and Bam on the floor together. Ain't nobody scoring.
Oh my God!
I read your mind. I'm here with you, bro.
We still got time. We still got time.
Just throwing it out there. Yeah, we got time next year. I mean, next Olympics maybe, but I mean, if Team USA lose, it's gonna be 1. I'm putting the blame. I'm gonna put the blame game on. 1, Steve Kerr, 2, Grant Hill, and 3, the players. That's how my blame game will go. Because the roster, the small things is what's gonna get us from either winning a gold or silver. And I don't see too many small piece players that Steve Kerr gonna actually play.
We got somebody new in the comments, Sean Ford. I don't know who you are, Sean Ford, but what up? Shout out for you being here. He said the starters should be KD, Steph, Bron, Tatum, and Embiid. I'm kind of iffy about Embiid right now, but I feel like they brought him here, so he has to play. Like they sought after Joel Embiid, so I understand, the game in terms of like Embiid got to start. Yeah, I agree. KD got to start. I don't know if I'm putting Tatum in that starting lineup though.
I mean, you already got an alpha with when I got Anthony Edwards too. So at this point, you got the dog that's saying, "Hey, give me the ball," and it's producing.
Yeah,
I mean, and he helped you win last year, so it's like,
and you kind of
Edwards. Oh yeah, you got to have Anthony Edwards start.
And you kind of as a staff are backed into a corner if you Steve Kerr, because like Ant-Man has doubled down on like I'm that nigga basically. Like he said it last year during FIBA, he said it this year during the Olympics. So like does Steve Kerr put him on the bench in any capacity and just be like, nah, you still gonna be on the bench, bro? And then Ant-Man gonna be even more mad at Steve Kerr like during the Olympics or during the season next year. So it's kind of like you are forced to start Anthony Edwards if you Steve Kerr.
You know what this remind me of?
What?
The 2004 Olympics. Steve Kerr reminds me of Larry Brown. You got the old heads that don't want to let the youngest shine. You don't want to let the youngest shine. It's like, what is a chance? I don't want. We have the talent for sure to win gold. You know what I'm saying? I hope it's just me just thinking too much about it.
I've been on that, man. I've been on it.
I don't know, man. You got to let Ant-Man shine, bro. Because it's like what if you would have let LeBron shine in 2004 or Carmelo shine? You know what I'm saying? Like we'd be talking about Alverson as a gold medalist and Duncan gold medalist, but no, y'all asses got bronze. Y'all egos were that big.
This was
talking about egos. This is crazy.
Here go the 2004 roster. It was AI as a captain. That's crazy. AI, Stephon Marbury, Dwayne Wade, Carlos Boozer. They had a lot of young guys. Boozer was young. Melo, LeBron, Okafor, Stoudemire, like Amari Stoudemire, Sean Marion, Tim Duncan, Lamar Odom, and Jefferson. They didn't have. Let me see.
Well, what Larry Brown was doing was he was playing most of the veterans though.
So he played a lot of the veterans, and
they had a lot of youngsters, but he still didn't play the youngsters. And the thing is, he played the youngsters. He won't play them together. Like, come on, Steve. Was it Larry Brown, Allen Iverson, Steve Kerr, and Stephen Curry? Y'all know me, but Steve Kerr been on my hot seat, and that's coming from a half Warriors fan.
This is gonna be an interesting couple of weeks, man. They have to win gold, bro. Like I don't care how they win it, but you have to win it. Because if you don't win gold medal, bro, like I'm sorry, bro. This is arguably an Avengers roster. You made this roster with like LeBron came out of it and said, "Let's do it." KD, Steph even came out to play basketball his first go around with the Olympics. Was only go around honestly with the Olympics. So if they don't win, bro, it's gonna be a problem.
I mean, but is it the Avengers Infinity War or is it Avengers Endgame?
This damn near
Infinity War. They lost. They lost in Infinity War. Yeah. That's my favorite one.
Yeah, man. Look, oh man, we getting so up here. We got random accounts commenting. Bronny Snubbed for Team USA. And speaking of Bronny, man, let's talk about Summer League, man. We gonna end it right here with Summer League.
Wait to tie that in. Appreciate it, Steph can't carry.
Yeah. Steph can't carry. Steph can't carry. Summer League thoughts. I haven't watched a lot of Summer League because I just haven't had time to. But I've seen, of course, the Grizzlies games, minus Zach Edey, who, by the way, looked great in his game. But I focus on Bronny James, obviously, because I'm like, that's the big thing right now is Bronny James. And I watched 2 of the Houston Rockets games. So starting off with Bronny, what I see from Bronny is that Bronny does a lot of the other things decently. He's gonna play decent defense. He's gonna rebound. He's gonna make the right pass. You can tell his dad's LeBron James is what I would say. You can tell that he knows how to make the right basketball play. I think what's holding him up is that his inability, like I mentioned before, to create his own shot, to get his own shot off. We're not really seeing him on the ball as much. There were times where they had him in the corner on a possession and he didn't even see the ball. So that's one thing. The other thing is I don't know if he can shoot. I don't know if he can shoot. He has not made a 3 the entire Summer League. But that was like I think the one that's in Cali or the one in Vegas. He was 0 for 8, I think, the last game, if I'm not mistaken. So he's a second round pick. So I got to make sure that I put that into perspective. He's a second round pick. He's not expected to be a superstar player, but he is getting a lot of shots up, and he's not making these shots. So that part is concerning. But I think otherwise from that, I don't want to say I'm encouraged from what I'm saying from Brian James. I think that's like about what I would expect from a player of his mold, as far as like assists, steals, blocks, hustle, like a Josh Hart kind of thing is good for Brian James. And I think that could be his niche in the league. Is just like, just do all the good things well. Don't do too much, but make a shot at some point, my guy. Make a shot. And then, of course, Reed Shepherd from the Rockets. First of all, this haircut got to go, man. He need to get a haircut. You in Houston, Texas, bro. Somebody give him a fade, a taper, do something to this man. Because I can't. I'm watching him and I can't believe that.
Wall.
Man, do something, bro.
Oh, wow.
Do something with your head, Reed Shepherd. Because you are a damn good player, bro. What did he have last game? 22, 7 and 6, I think. And a dog, bro. He a dog, bro. I'm like, I mean, it's Kentucky Yard, so we're not surprised by that. But I am. It's still weird to see a white guy that's hooping like this, though, man. He out there hooping, man.
It's a couple of them out there in this round.
Yeah, it is.
It
is, man. They coming up, man. So I know my guy Tyler from Fat Boy Fadeaway said that he thinks that Shepherd is the best player in the draft. I mean, he looked good. I ain't gonna lie. The man looks good out there playing it. So yeah, that's my observations from Summer League was those two players.
For me, one thing that it brought me back to, and shout out to the past of troubles of me saying that the Grizzlies weren't gonna make the playoffs and they were gonna go and get a top 5 pick and impactful player. And even though Zach Edey wasn't a top 5 pick per se, he's gonna be looking like one of the top talents for the Grizzlies. And what I mean by that is you got your center legit. You got your center for the rest of your days. And I think even though we only seen Savage, I saw you too. You say you want to see at least one more game of Zach Edey. I do too. But they resting him for whatever reason, and it is what it is. But I really like what I see from Zach Edey. You're on mute, CD. Well, y'all putting each other on mute. What y'all doing today?
All right, first the Bronny James thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's getting so much coverage, and it's like
Hey, Lay.
Show me your face. Turn this way. Mind y'all, it is Dallas, and then it's the MLB All-Star game and all that stuff.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
That's where the kids just went down there earlier. But anyways, can you go upstairs? Hey, can I have my time? Bronny is also not the 5th pick in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
He's the 55th pick, and we have a lot of emphasis on him. If I was a kid in his shoes, even if I was open, I would feel so much pressure. Like my father's regarded as one of the best ever played the game. I'm playing for a historic franchise. There's all these lights on me. It's going to take him some time to settle that down, no matter what.
Yeah.
Now Dalton Connect, he finding his own shot. The kid Ethan Thompson cooked us. It was like last week, I think. He plays for the Warriors. He can go. So be on the lookout for him for the Warriors. Warriors did a great draft. Celtics, again, that one guy was killing the other day too. Jesus Christ. There's a lot of great points, but people need to rest on Bronny's going to be okay. You'll be fine. Summer League is not that exciting to me this year. Maybe it's the Olympics, or maybe it's the rookie class. The reason why, when we first started the show, that if y'all saw my face, I'm looking at Jaime's stats. Like, Jaime, we through the third quarter. You got 20-something points. Take that man the hell out the game.
Yeah, 30 points.
Let him
chill, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I want to see Khalil Ware, bro. I don't want to see Jaime Hackett.
Yeah, Khalil Ware has had a great summer league as well. And as a Keyshawn Johnson. So goodbye, Caleb Martin. We got your replacement, by the way. So yeah, I mean, it's just not exciting. But fast forward. And I guess the only excitement realistically is Bronny. Like that. That is the excitement, and that's because who's the first pick? Alex Starr?
No, Zachary,
not
Zachary Richardson.
But Dallas Star kid.
Well, I still have not watched him.
He had a nice game the last game. He had a nice game.
It can't be that good for him to be touted the way he was.
It's only because y'all ain't checking for the Hawks, man. Y'all don't even like Trae Young.
Is that my fault?
No, right. It's Savages.
Hey man,
but he did have that I am ATL though. I saw that. I feel like Trae was trying to be a little subliminal about that.
Y'all gonna start Caleb?
He did start. Damn near. Put Bam at 4.
See what I just said about.
Said about 4. Y'all gonna put Bam at the 4.
Yeah. See what Bam and AD do together and how that works how it can work for LA and Miami. If we can put Khalil, we're 7 feet. I just need you to protect the rim, baby. That's it. That's it. And Bam hitting them shots from the mid range now a little bit better. Get more practice from that. And as long as we have a point guard, we have to rely on Bam bringing the ball up the court as often as well. Would be very helpful. So, yes, it should be. I'm not going to say right off the bat. I think by the time you get past Christmas, we get right before that All-Star break, Khalil Ware should have already started at least 10 to 12 games by then.
I have a question about Bronny. And I honestly don't think there's an answer to it, but if y'all could answer it, cool.
All right.
When it comes down to the pressure that we as basketball fans put on Bronny James, right? And it's because and I said, me and Trevor had a good talk about Bronny James as well. And the pressure is unfair, but the pressure is because your father at 19 years old came into the league as the quote unquote chosen one. He was crowned before he even played a game. So even for one, your dad had to deal with pressure that he kind of put on himself, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. But he lived up to the hype and definitely lived up to the hype. So I asked y'all, what would it take for Bronny to quote unquote live to the hype? Because he was a 2nd round pick. He's a 55th pick. Some say he don't even deserve to be. I feel like he's going to have his better years are going to be later like Drew Holiday. But still, I ask y'all basketball heads and everybody in the comments, what would it take for Bronny to be like, all right, I've lived up? Would it be averaging 10 and 5 and 5 or making an all-star team? Or would that even be exceeding expectations if Bronny was to become an all-star? Like, what y'all think?
So going into Bronny's entire, even starting with college, I wanted Bronny to stay in college for at least 2 or 3 years because I felt like he had NBA potential, but he kind of had to prove himself, which is why I was against the whole LeBron throwing his weight around to make the Lakers draft his son, because that's what happened. I think we all can agree with that. But for him to live up to the hype for me is I need him to be an NBA veteran. And what that means is that at least playing for multiple years. So if it's just 5, 6, 7 years.
Get to the second contract?
Yeah, basically, yeah. If he gets to a second contract, to me, that's living up to the hype of what I thought for him. I never thought he was a generational point guard or a talent, but I felt like he could be an NBA player. So if you could be a role player that gets more than one contract, that to me is living up to the hype, the quote unquote hype. Because I wasn't hype on Bronny. I thought he should be a college player for a couple of years. But if he gets a second contract, because by then LeBron will be gone, so you wouldn't be paying Bronny because he's LeBron's son. You would pay him because he's a good player in the NBA, especially under the new CBA where second contracts are kind of hard to come by for veteran players. So you have to invest a lot of money in him. Now, even if he gets a veteran's minimum, to me, that's still a second contract. You got an additional contract with the NBA. That to me is living up to Bronny's hype, because Bronny is literally an undrafted player. You know what I'm saying? He got picked at 55 because of the Lakers, but he's really an undrafted player. So for an undrafted player to get 2 contracts minimum, that to me is a good career for Bronny James.
Yeah, I agree. Again, Bronny is not coming out of high school, college, or whatever as this is the next chosen one, so to speak. It's just Bronny James. It's an NBA talent. I agree, and I think anything past second contract will be heaven sent. But I mean, for some reason, Giannis Antetokounmpo is still in the league, and that man ain't done shit. And I'm sure he's past his second contract at this point. Like, there's no way that's happening. But regardless of the fact, again, second contract, I don't expect him to be an all-star. I don't expect him to all-NBA. I don't expect none of that. I don't expect all defense, none of that. I just expect him to just play basketball, man. There's no one realistically in this draft right now that's going to speak to me and say, oh, yeah, this is the next whatever, or this player is going to be an all-star, this player is going to be all-NBA, this player is going to lead the league in scoring. It's just none of that. Wait until next year when I see something blown in the wind, then I'm going to talk to you about that draft class. But right now, this draft class, nah, I'm cool.
Yeah, this draft class got a lot to prove for me. Like, aside from Edie, who I think should be rookie of the year this year, like I would literally have to see it from all these players this year, which is a good thing, right? Because I feel like as a cohort with this draft, you kind of have the motivation to like prove us as fans wrong, prove the media wrong that we're not just a role player draft. Because I don't want to say this is a weak draft or like a trash draft. Mm-hmm. But y'all, we don't see like generational talent from this draft, so they got to work their asses out to kind of show and prove, and that's kind of indicative of like even Bronny James. Like this is probably the best draft for him, which honestly probably makes sense for him to come out this year because this draft ain't strong. So you kind of aren't being compared to somebody else per se in terms of like a generational talent. Whereas next year you got Cooper coming out, and he might be a generational talent on defense. You know what I'm saying? So.
I'm still on the bandwagon of this draft is going to shock a lot of people 2-3 years from now. Granted, there aren't no generational pieces, but you're going to have, like I said, I think last five, you're going to have a bunch of starters still in the NBA 2, 3, 4 years from now.
I agree with that.
And I guess to answer my own question with the Bronny thing, of course, making it to that second contract will be key, but I think the values will be in the numbers. So I would love to see Bronny getting $10 million a season. If Bronny can get $10 million a season from somebody, he cool with me. Because like I look up a player like DeAnthony Melton, who's getting $12 million from the Warriors. Mm-hmm. Cool with
me. Didn't Melt go to USC too?
I
think Melt went to USC.
Let's see.
I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, USC. Good.
I'm on fire today, baby. I'm on fire.
Yeah, you're on fire. Oh, goodness. Yeah.
So Melt actually would be a good NBA career if I'm Brian James. They same size, but Melt probably got freakish defensive capabilities though. He can get all deflections. Yeah. So Brian can do like that. Yeah, he got bounce too. Yeah, he got bounce. And only problem with him is he don't play well in the playoffs. That's the only problem.
Damn.
Dang says being in this class also hurt Bronny. No one's there to take attention away from him. I can see it being a double-edged sword. I can see it being the case. But also the class being weak also helps Bronny. It's like, well, this draft class was weak, so
I mean, I don't think there's anything Bronny can do because he is LeBron James' son. Like he's gonna get that attention. Like we've had to go literally legit 20, 21 years of watching First Take and what's the guy Skip Bayless show, Undisputed, like 20 years of headlining sports. So it's like it could have been Cooper, like Cooper Flag could have came in this draft class, and I'm pretty sure I'm willing to bet my bottom dollar that Bronny would get more coverage than Cooper Flag if he would have came in this draft. Just because he is LeBron James' son.
Yeah.
It's unfair.
They had Bronny on a billboard out there in Vegas. I'm like, this man on a billboard.
Come on, bro.
Second round.
Like he in LA now. He an LA native at this point. Bronny don't know Cleveland. Bronny know LA. So he's playing for his hometown. If you think about it, damn. Did LeBron just pull a LeVar?
Wait,
oh shit.
Which is why LeVar. Everybody hates LeVar Ball. I love LeVar Ball. Like,
yo, light bulb moment. Hey, when you edit this and put it in TikTok, make sure you put the light bulb over
Not you giving him instructions.
Yo, I just had because I legit had a light bulb. Like, hold on.
He literally pulled. He just didn't talk as much as LeVar. That's literally what happened. He didn't talk as much.
Damn, LeBron pulled a LeVar.
Now Rich Paul pulled a LeVar. Talking about if you pick my son or pick my client's son, we going to Australia.
The irony. But no. But Carmelo's over there though, right? Carmelo owns some type of team or something over there in Australia.
I think so, but Kanye ain't playing in Australia. He finna go to Syracuse or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And Kanye cold, y'all. That might cold. Him cold. Arena's son cold.
Arena's son.
Bryce James is cold. Like,
just know you got that whole team under 18, under 16, something like that. They got a whole squad of just youngins hooping.
Yep.
The league gonna be in good hands, but let's see.
And we didn't even mention about this earlier, but the other team that played against Team USA damn near beat them too.
Cooper Flag,
Jalen Duren, Jaime.
I made a future face of the Heat.
That's what Steph Curry said. He said Team State had all those players who still get work in the scrimmage game, man. Cooper Flag, ladies and gentlemen, that's my guy. Next year, my guy, Cooper Flag.
Yeah, it's the real deal.
In Jersey.
Cooper Flag.
Damn, I want him going to Chicago, bro.
He going to Washington, bro. I told y'all. I said this for
I want him going to damn Washington.
Going to Washington. He playing with your boy Jordan Poole.
Right, get Steph Curry a unicorn. They tried it with James, it ain't work out because Steve Kerr don't know what the hell he doing.
Y'all need to flex and get Laurie.
We tried that. They ain't trying to send Kaminga.
Man, get Kaminga shooting ass out of here.
That's I don't understand. I get you not speaking for the Warriors. I don't get it. A proven all-star versus a non-proven all-star. Same conference. I don't get it.
I watched Laurie give didn't he have like a 40 and 20 game? Man, if y'all trade for this man.
Yeah,
so here's the thing. I would rather have Laurie and Kaminga than just Laurie without Kaminga. And I say that because I expect Kaminga to have a huge year next season, to be completely honest with you.
So, okay. And if he has this huge season, do you think he's going to stay with the Warriors? Or do you think he's going to go?
If who?
If he has this huge season, Laurie. He stay?
Yeah, Laurie comes to the
Laurie getting low ball right now. Laurie getting like what?
No, yeah. Well, I'm saying about Kaminga, not Laurie. Okay. Yeah, if Kaminga has a great season or whatever, he's going to be trying to look for money. I feel like elsewhere. I don't think he's going to stay with Golden State.
Because he wanted to leave last year.
That's true.
Yeah, I think Laurie is more built as like, yo, whatever, he's loyal to this team. Like, Laurie could have been demanding more than $18 million a season. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, he's worth way more than that. And that's all he's making? Come on.
I think Golden State might have a situation where you don't want to pull the trigger too early. Because, I mean, before, when they had Klay Thompson, they almost traded for Kevin Love. And you kept Klay Thompson, and you got, 4 rings out of it?
Shout out to Jerry West. Rest in peace.
Hey. So maybe they's like, not yet. But also at the same time, this is a different regime. This is Mike Dunleavy, who ain't had a great GM tenure with the Golden State Warriors. So, yeah.
I mean, this is his first time giving it a go round. Officially.
Ain't looking good. He ain't Lacob now.
No, Lacob is a legend, man. We can't put that kind of. We can't do that. Just give it time. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see.
We're gonna see you next offseason, man. We're gonna see. All right. We're gonna get up out of here, man. We right at 1:15. That's perfect timing. I don't know. I have to look and see when we began our top 10 series. I know it's like normally like in August. So at some point we're gonna do our top 50 players in the NBA going into next season. I'm not sure. I don't think we're gonna do it just yet because we got the Olympics coming up. So we're probably gonna have an Olympic focus podcast for the foreseeable future once things get going, with some NBA news mixed in with it. And then probably after the Olympics, depending on how things go with Team USA, then we'll get into our top 50 NBA players. So that's what we'll do going forth with Hardaway. But again, we actually have gained 2 subscribers since the show has started. So we are now at 266. It's my phone going off. So yeah,
that's the
you already know. Dads be like,
Married niggas be like,
oh, nigga, it's 9 o'clock for down low.
Oh man, being a dad, that's how it is, man. But you get up out of here, man. Y'all stay safe, be blessed, peace.